Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had Rush! In all capital letters, and all in English completely, actually. Where we finished off the first round of the provisional license exam, and actually Class 1A made it through completely. It was very impressive, actually. All of Class 1A was able to pass the first exam. Some of them just, cutting it a little close, but they made it. Yeah. That's kind of it, honestly. We had some good moments with Kaminari taking out the one guy from Shiketsu. And we also had the revelation that Bakugo now knows that Midoriya has borrowed, that Midoriya got his quirk from All Might, basically. And yeah, we are moving on into round 2, the second and final round, actually, of the provisional license exam, where the entire stage has been destroyed, and you now have to go save people that are in the ruins, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited to see where we're going with this one. I don't exactly know how this is going to be graded or anything, so I'll be very curious about that. And I guess that's pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers, and if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of My Hero Academia, head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there, that will take you over to the reaction. When you're done watching that reaction, you can pop right back over here for the discussion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Alrighty, that is, oh boy, a rescue exercise. Okay, so now they don't fully say how they're grading this, which is probably for the best. So I'll be curious if everyone in Class 1A actually does make it through this time, But this one's very intense. I honestly may actually be more intense than the last round, Because not only do you have to save people, and this is all, pretty legit, actually. You have to treat this like it's legit. So, everything. You cannot sort of take yourself out of it. You cannot break character, basically, at any point, So that's at least good. But, and that's interesting. And now, they're adding in, not only are they adding in villains, they're adding in the number 10 technically number 9 hero, Because we should say, wouldn't Gang Orca be number 9 now? Because All Might retired, so the list has moved up. Endeavor has become number 1, so Gang Orca has gone from number 10 to number 9, I believe. But whatever. Still, maybe they just haven't done a new ranking yet. So, yeah. I also like that they say he's number 3 on lists of heroes that look like villains. I do love that. That's really funny. I'm curious who outranks him, So, oh man, this is going to be intense. This is going to be really intense now. So, I like it. I'm really digging this license exam. So fascinating, And it's great world building just all around, Speaking of great world building, let's start with the Help Us Company. So these are people who are specifically trained to be rescued in exams like this. That's really creative, honestly. Because, I was kind of wondering, okay, did they put real people in there in danger? Did they... I was honestly thinking, between last episode and this episode, I was kind of wondering, what if the people, the students that failed have to be the bystanders, But no, they have a specific Help Us Company, which makes the most sense, So I really do like that. That was really funny. So we got a little bit more with the folks at Shiketsu. First off, Kaminari and Mineta being so jealous of Midoriya. That was really, really funny. And I like that Kami is just she's super nice, actually. She just kind of looks over and they're all, talking about her, and she's like, oh, hi. How's it going? She's just being legit nice, I did like that. And then, yeah, I love Kaminari's line of, like, how plus ultra did you get with her? Like, whoa. Oh, man, they are thinking some things went down. Deku whipped out his Dekus. I'm sorry I said that. So that was interesting. We also got the one guy. I don't remember what his name was, but the extendo hair guy who I like that he apologized for the other guy. I'm great with names. Yeah, he apologized for the other student that was fighting Bakugo and Kirishima and Kaminari. I like that he was like, yeah, he was unright to do so, and I apologize. He seems to be like the leader amongst, like, maybe he's like the class representative, like Ida. Like, he's kind of the leader amongst them, which would make sense also for Inasa, because Inasa is a first year and everyone else there is a second year. So yeah. Also, you guys did tell me that Kami is 18, so I am perfectly okay. Like, it's not creepy at all if I go and jack off to her at any point, so I shouldn't have admitted that. Not the point. Anyway, yeah, so but thank you for informing me about that. Man, if only you could tell me Yayorozu was 18, but she's not. Ah, god damn it. It's unfortunate, because she's got that nice long black hair. Ah, fuck, she's like exactly my type. We're making this weird. Moving on, Inasa. Inasa, that was a pretty interesting conversation. So yeah, I like Todoroki being like, hey, did I offend you in some way? Which, of course, Todoroki's just sort of, going right for it, because he doesn't have the greatest social skills, I come to realize. But he's like, did I offend you in some way? Like, what's going on? Just from, like, one look, basically. And so, it's interesting. So, apparently they have met before. They've met before, but we don't really know, like, what that meeting was. And apparently, Inasa hates both Todoroki and Endeavor. So I'm very curious about that. Very, very curious about that. And also when he says, like, oh, well, you've gotten a little bit better, since then, but you still have your father's eyes. Like, oh, shit. I mean, he has his father's eye. The other eye is more his mother's eye, because he's fucking split. He's fucking Two-Face. He's Tommy Lee Jones in Batman Forever. He's split down the middle, literally, So yeah, it's like, that's a very interesting thing. I want to know more about that. Like, what's Inasa's deal, So, I'm probably mispronouncing his name horribly. It's something like Inasa. I'm just saying Inasa. So, and that's his first name. Normally we call people by their last names on this show, but I never catch his name. So, I never catch his last name. I just memorized Inasa. So yeah, we also got that this whole rescue exercise. There are points, and the slightest thing will dock you points. But I do like how they say that Huck hasn't really docked that many points. So I do like that. And it's just interesting because they did not say what they're actually being graded on, like what determines the points. So I'll be very curious about that to see. It pretty much leaves us on edge as to who's passing and who's not. Even if all of Class 1A does incredibly well, they might not fully pass. We might not. And I know I said that last time. I said, oh, well, we can't have all of Class 1A pass, and then all of Class 1A pass the first round. So, I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see. Like, who all is going to pass, and maybe some people will pass with the skin of their teeth, So we'll have to see. And I like the one guy is like, oh no, this is bad, and the guy's like, don't say that. That's points off. That's not helpful. Like, what are you doing, Midoriya? I do like that even just saying that is like, yeah, that's not helpful. How's that supposed to make this kid happy? How's it gonna make him feel better? So I like that, and that's why. He has to remember, All Might. All Might always smiles. And we know that because Shimura always smiled. And I love seeing that. Now that we've seen that, we've seen Shimura do it, we've seen All Might do it, and now we're seeing Midoriya do it. I love seeing that pass on through the users of One for All, So that was really, really cool. We also got Uraraka. She's got to swallow her feelings right now. She's getting a little flustered. She's getting a little flustered about Deku, but she needs to just bury that right now and just focus on the task at hand, which is good, That is really good. Now, it's interesting because she didn't have, she said, it's like, I didn't feel this when I was fighting. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, when Deku was hanging out with a completely naked girl, you did not care, Uraraka. Suddenly now you care. Like, that was interesting, actually, but yeah, she just needs to sort of bury it. She basically, like, subconsciously buried it during round 1, so now she just needs to consciously forget about that, forget about her feelings, whatever, if she has them or not, she needs to forget about that because she needs to focus on the task at hand. Good. So, I also like that, going back to Inusa a little bit, we had him using his fucking airbending. He's already OP. Like, this is some Aang levels of airbending he's got. And he did save those 2 people, but they did say it's like, this is reckless. You're still losing points. Even if you have such great control and none of us are getting injured in your, in what you're doing, you're still losing some points. So I do like that. And the other guy, the extendo hair guy, being like, you can't just do stuff recklessly, So I like, because, Inusa is the first year, so he needs, that sort of guidance from his peers and stuff. So I like that. Basically, it shows also that Inusa isn't perfect, because that was kind of what we were led to believe, with him getting better points in the recommendations, with him getting a better recommendation than Todoroki into UA, and him being the first person to knock out someone in round 1, and also knock out 100 people in round 1. Yeah, I like that we sort of took him down a peg. Like, he's not perfect, but he is really damn good, So, I like that. We also got teamwork, which, again, that was really good. I also like that they figured out that they need to work in small teams. Otherwise, if you got to save one person, there's 15 of us here. What do? We don't need all 15 people to save this one guy. But I like that they broke up into smaller teams, which was very clever. And I do actually like some of the pairings, too. It's like, okay, so we got Ashido. Jesus Christ, I couldn't remember her name. Ashido and Tokoyami and Ojiro, and I think Koda went off on as a group. We've got, Uraraka, Momo, and Sero and all of them, and I think Sato was there. They're in a group. Todoroki, Asui, and Hagakure are all in a group. That's an interesting pairing right there. We never see the 3 of them interact. Although technically Hagakure was there during the USJ. She was there with Todoroki, but he didn't see her. So this time he'll see her. So I like that. So yeah, that was very clever that they got to break up into small teams. So that was good. And I also like that Ida also says, like, hey, we need to work together with the other schools, So that was pretty clever. So, we had Aoyama going over to the other guy and lighting up to help him see. So that was pretty cool. I've got to sneeze, and it's probably not going to come. Wait a minute. Is it coming? Don't take this audio out of context. It's not coming. It didn't come. Damn it. Don't take that out of context. I wrote down Bakugo. That was really funny when he's like, save yourselves! And they're like, what? That's not... Wait a minute. We are supposed to be, like, low injury, like, low priority. Did he figure that out? And I love that, like... I love that they have to figure him out instead of the other way around, Because Bakugo is just that kind of guy. They have to figure him out. And then... But they do say, it's like, oh, well, his tone is completely inappropriate. And you can see that pisses him right the hell off. He's just like... The hell did you say? Like, that is... Oh, he's seething. It is crazy. So I did like that. And then we got Gang Orca showing up. Holy Toledo. Gang Orca showed up, and he is now going... He and his gang are going to be the villains that the heroes now have to deal with while they're rescuing people. I like even Aizawa said, like, this is a bit much, isn't it? Like, the number 10 hero is here playing the villain. Like, this is a bit much. Like I like even Aizawa says that, but it is all necessary in this time, So, and I like that he says, okay, so are you going to run away or are you going to fight? Are you going to help these people or are you going to face me? And that is the paradox of being a hero. Because, what do they do now? I say both. Maybe select one or two people, select a couple people, like, per group to, like, cover, basically. Like have a few people that are saving, rescuing the Huck people, and a couple people to cover them from the villains, Make sure that they're all safe. So that's the only thing I could think of. And then, if you need to, swap out at a moment's notice, if someone who's fighting is needed for the rescue, so swap out at a moment's notice. That would be my strategy. But I will be very curious to see how that's going to work, So, but yeah, that is basically it. This was a really great episode, and I'm very excited to see where we are going next time. This honestly has immediately gone more stressful than the last round was, So, yeah, I'm very curious to see where we're going. That is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.